Girl, let me tell you how the Lord ministered me through Gatorade. I'm so serious. I'm gonna take my eyes off so there ain't no glare. So you've always been the type of person to have a big heart, but people don't know big heart comes with big emotions. And it's not just the happy, bright, sunshine, joyful, excited ones. It's all of the emotions in the color wheel. They all come very big and very huge, and people make you feel big when they aren't have experiencing they're not having a pleasant experience from your big emotions. They love it when you give big and you're kind big and you're patient big, but when you're angry big, sad big, anxious big, they don't have all that in them. But you know what? That doesn't make you better than, that doesn't make you less than, it just makes you different from. And the Lord was ministering to me this morning and had the image of, y'all know the Gatorade containers, um, that they use at the football and whatnot. I know it's at sport events, but I always think football because I grew up around football, and that's the one they use to dump on the coaches at the end. But I was thinking about that thing because I remember TD Jakes had a video with Oprah a while ago when he was talking about 10-gallon love and how 10-gallon love people sometimes surround themselves with pint-sized people who don't have the ability to fill them up even though they're giving their all. And sometimes, you just feel like a 30-gallon or however many gallons it is to fill that Gatorade container type of person. And even a 10-gallon person doesn't always do it. And a pint person and a pitcher of Kool-Aid person. But they're doing their best, and it doesn't make you bigger than, better than, less than. It just makes you different from. Now, if you're the person with a 30-gallon heart, then that means you have so much to give. But that also means it takes so much out of you, and you need so much more time and resources to refill. It also is the same with all the other emotions when you're giving your patience, your generosity, your sadness, your frustration, your worry, your concern. Sometimes, if you talk that toxic, then 30 gallons of toxicity of that blue Windex stuff they put in. But here's how the Lord was ministering to me, right? So, hold on. Sorry, I had to come back. So the Lord was dealing with me because it's okay that it takes us a lot longer to refill. It does significantly take more time to refill one of those containers than it does a pint of beer or a cup of water. And that doesn't make it better than or less than, it just makes it different from. And those containers at the end they have a stopper because the stopper helps release it and then it stops. It release and it stops. And I was like, Lord, is that what the boundary is? Is that how the boundary works actively in my life for the good? Is that because the players, if you've been to a football game and that thing lasts for 4 hours, the players cannot fully hydrate if their containers are constantly in pour mode when nobody's using them. So you can't just be continually pouring, giving, 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 especially when nobody's asking to be given to. And nobody's asking for your codependent self just wants to give and pour because you know better than everybody else. Not realizing you just pouring on ground. Okay? So that boundary isn't to block you or to belittle you or to say that you're less than. That boundary is to protect what you have inside of you and stop when you don't need to pour. And you know what else happens when that thing is a stopper is activated? The liquid becomes still. And once things become still, then the person can look inside and truly gauge how much is in there. Are we halfway? Are we a quarter way? Can we make it through the rest of this quarter of the game? Or do we need a refill? As a matter of fact, are we so empty that actually we need something else? We need another container. We need somebody else to come in here and step in so we can step away and do a full refill, not a partial, a full refill. Oh, and that just came to me right now. Sometimes, even when we've given our all, it doesn't make us less than or less valuable because we're empty. It just means we're spent. And it's okay to let somebody else come in and take in and fill in, stand in the gap, as they say in church, while you go refill. And again, doesn't make them better than or less than you. It just means that it's their time. And when they need to, then you can step in or somebody else step in. But that recognize, gauge, be still. You know what else that stopper also helps? It gives you the ability to refill. Because I don't know if y'all tried to refill one of them coolers, and if it has a leaks in it or somebody's person on the other side, it is not impossible completely, but it is much harder to fully refill that thing when it has is continuing to pour out. And just like in life, it is harder for us to fill our cups and fill our tanks when we're constantly giving at a faster capacity than we're receiving. So again, sometimes the stop is not blocking your blessing and getting in your way or a punishment. It's a blessing in disguise. And sometimes it's a blessing in your face and you just don't want to interpret it that way. Use the stopper. Use the boundary. Again, not to use a weapon to everybody else, but as a preservation method for ourselves. Because sometimes the hardest person to put a boundary up is against ourselves. So, again, you just may be a 30-gallon person. And you know what else the Lord told me? That 30 gallons ain't for everybody. Because let me tell you, if you gave me, if I need to rehydrate, I will take that 16.9 ounce of water over 30 gallons. If you told me to drink that 30 gallons by myself, it'll be overwhelming. Just like sometimes with us with big hearts, we cannot pour all of our energy into one person, nor can we expect one person to pour all of their energy into us to fill us. Sometimes what's appropriate is that 16.9 ounce. Sometimes what's appropriate is that pint. Sometimes what's appropriate for this environment is that Kool-Aid pitcher and not the full 30-gallon Gatorade. You need to know when and where is appropriate for you to distribute and who is appropriate for you to distribute. If the creator made you to have 30-gallon heart and 30-gallon everything, then don't be selfish and keep it to yourself, and don't be so worried and anxious about how other people are going to respond to you. The people who don't like Gatorade, don't drink it. Go get them some body armor, some Powerade, some water, some coconut water. That's fine. They ain't got to have you. And that's okay. Don't make them bad. Just made them not your people. But then pour your love. Spread the love as much as you can in abundance. Don't be doing that little drip faucet stuff. So if this person is too much because their cup is full, go find another and another and another and another and another. Okay? So let the Lord minister you. I got another one. But I think I've used up y'all time. Think about it. If you are a pint person, God bless you. If you a quart person, God bless you. If you're a 10-gallon person, God bless you. If you're a 30-gallon person, God bless you, because we are all needed at the end of the day. We're not better than or less than. We're just different from, but we are all needed at the end of the day. All right, I love you. Bye.